I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Carpe diem. Seize the day.
In this lifetime, you don't have to prove nothing to nobody except yourself. And after what you've gone through, if you haven't done that by now, it ain't gonna never happen.
You ready, champ?
I've been ready for this my whole life.
Welcome to Sensible Mischief. My name is Lance Nelson, and with me today I have the lovely, beautiful, tall as hell, Bronson Kaufusi. This beautiful man right here. We did a mission back in New Zealand back in the day. I mean, look at him. Damn! Break me off a piece of that Kit Kat bar. But let's see. Me and Bronson, back in 2010 to 2012, we did an LDS mission in New Zealand, and that's how we know each other. But Bronson's now playing in the NFL.
Yeah.
And also, like, I don't know, like, I mean, what are you doing with life? You're happily married, you have a beautiful kid.
I have a son named Taika.
Oh, awesome.
Named from New Zealand.
Yeah.
Yeah, my wife, when she was there, saw a little kid. Named Taika instead of her name.
Oh, that's awesome,
so,
man.
Yeah.
Dude.
So we're doing that, football life.
Okay, so what's it like being in the NFL now?
I love it.
Yeah.
It's hard, but I love it. For me, my story, just to walk everyone through it, I went to BYU, and from there I was drafted to the Ravens in the third round.
What was the draft like?
Oh, the draft like? Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
It's the craziest interview process for a job, I think, out
Okay.
there. You as soon as your last college football game happens, you go and you start training for it. So you go to like a training facility where it's like you and 10 or 15 other guys or more.
Yeah.
You have a trainer, and all you do for 3 months until the combine is you do all the drills, you do your training, they have people make your food for you, like you recover, like you're just taking care of your bodies. Your body's like your company.
Man.
So you're just doing everything you can to take care
Look
of it.
at this impressive company.
No. We're still going strong.
Yeah, that's the one.
Business is booming.
Dude,
But
that's awesome.
no, that's pretty cool. And then the combine, actual combine, you've done all this training for, and you go to do it, and then you go to Indy, and then there's a huge interview process. The main thing you're there for is for medical, honestly. It's like there's a medical day where you go, they'll have a table like this. There's all the team's medical staff is sitting around it, and some guy will take you up there and say your name, Bronson Kaufusi, BYU, and then he'll read all the injuries.
How many times did they butcher your last name?
Oh my gosh,
we have Bronson
I'm like Kaufusi.
Yeah.
Like some guys get it, but
it's
hilarious. And then you're literally in your spandex, and you lay down on the table, and all the doctors come and just start yanking on you.
I realized
that's hurt.
Like, those like Under Armour shirts type of thing. I look better naked than wearing that. Like, I mean, I just imagine that they go to liposuction clinics, and they're just like, just put on the shirt. Well, clearly you can see where we're gonna like take out stuff. And you're just like, yeah, okay, well, yeah, all right, thank you. I'm just never gonna do that again. Dude, that's crazy.
But
man. I'm way too self-conscious to do that. Where they're just like pulling on you.
That's not even like the first thing. Like the first thing you do is you go with all the coaches and the GM, general managers, like the front office, are in this other room, and there's a weight scale there and a height and a height board there. And you walk out in your spandex again. Everyone's watching. Bright lights. You can't even see who's in the crowd, but you know it's all the teams, staff, and everyone. And you weigh in, and they measure your height, and then it comes up on the screen.
Yeah.
And then you go, and then the medical stuff. They come yank on you, check your whole body. They have like on-site MRIs. Everything is super, quick and efficient because they're going to have you there for like 3 days. And then then they do a lot of mental tests with you.
Okay, like what would a mental test be?
Like they have this one test where they give you, it's a time test.
Okay.
There's no way you can answer every question.
I guess.
And they give you a score, and I don't know why it's slipping my mind in the test. It's pretty well known, but you take that test. But there's other mental tests you do, not just that one. Yeah. Where they're trying to figure out your character. They're trying to screen you. They're trying to screen what type of person.
I wouldn't fathom that they would do that type of thing. Because like in my head, it's like, oh, you big dumb idiot.
Yeah.
Just stand here and we're going to get that.
Run fast.
Exactly. Oh, you're great. But then it's like, oh, there's just a whole mental.
Oh my gosh.
Like, oh, that's crazy.
They just go over and over and over again. Yeah. And then that's for 2 days. And then there's this it's called the training room. That is a massive room, where each team has a table, and then like they schedule interviews with you. Yeah. So then you go, and they schedule them pretty late at night, and then you have like drug tests in the morning. So they try to get you when you're not sleeping a lot, and you're kind of like stressed. And on the last day, they test you.
True.
So it's pretty intense process. It's fun. But the thing is, like, for me, like, I loved it.
Yeah, man.
Like, even though it was intense.
Dude.
Like, I loved it because I know I'm like, man, this is something I always wanted to do. Like,
yeah, man.
I'm here doing it. So I enjoyed it, even though it was really hard. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Okay, and then so you get drafted.
Then you get drafted.
Okay.
Yeah, you get drafted.
So what was it like? I mean, so were you just like sitting around with family?
I was just at home.
waiting?
At home, I got a call.
Yeah.
It was from somewhere on the East Coast, and I was like, oh, I don't know where this is. Like, I'd never been to the East Coast a whole lot. I was born in New Jersey.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then they asked me, do you know who this is? I'm like, no. They're like, oh, this is the Baltimore Ravens. I'm like, awesome. Like, we're about to draft you. And then it comes up. It's pretty cool.
Oh,
it's pretty cool. It's like the movie.
Awesome,
it's like the
man.
movies,
no,
honestly.
Seriously,
like,
man.
it really is. And then a big party, family and friends. And then, yeah, I went out there. And then I was out there, in the spring. And then with the NFL, like the craziest part is like training camp. That's where you really have to. It's 2 weeks.
Well, I imagine they're trying to like weed out people.
Oh
so
yeah.
Like, yeah.
It's like they cut the roster down from 90, a 90-man roster
I
to
never
53.
knew that it was 90.
Yeah, they
like
went from 90 to 53.
When I played Madden, it's like, what is it, 72, and then they're like, oh, you got to get it down to 53 later.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, well, we're cutting all the.
Isn't it crazy?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Anytime I ever play Madden, I always trade for you.
Yes, get me on.
I'm always just like, all right, here we go.
Here we go.
Bronson Kaufusi starting.
Get my numbers out there, man. Get my numbers out there.
We got to change you to 90, by the way.
Yeah, switch my numbers.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fun.
So what's it like? I mean, I've never even played college ball type of thing. So what's it like going from high school, like I'm assuming Pee-wee, or high school, college football.
NFL.
Like, I mean,
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Right?
Yeah, that's
a
good question. It's pretty. It's pretty crazy just because I didn't play tackle football till like 8th grade.
Okay.
I played a lot of soccer growing up.
Well, I mean, when did you hit your growth spurt? Because I mean, you're 6'7".
Yeah, I would say I was in 9th grade. I was like 6'4", and then I grew from there. Man. So but then in 8th grade, I wasn't the tallest, but I really sprouted between like 8th and 9th grade.
Yeah.
And then my weight started to come in like towards the end of high school.
Yeah.
So, but like I was a quarterback. Like I played quarterback and DN. Yeah,
Dude,
that's what I played.
Awesome. So you already were playing DN.
I was playing DN on defense. I could go because in Pee-wee, like you want to play the whole game.
Yeah.
So you're like, I'll do whatever I can do. Like I can play the whole game. So then in 9th grade, it gets a little bit more serious where I played quarterback, played a little bit of DN, not as much.
And did you play at Bingham?
I played at Timpview.
Never mind.
Yeah, Pro Bowl. Close though. We went to camp together though with those guys.
It's completely wrong, but thank you for that.
Know all those guys.
Yeah.
But I then played. So this is where it gets crazy. Is I remember going into my sophomore year. I played basketball. I had a pretty good freshman year.
Yeah.
But I've been playing well.
He's the scariest person I've ever played basketball. By the way. I was petrified of this man.
Oh my gosh. Well, I had to get it in, I had to get the game in. But I thought I was going to be a basketball player.
Yeah.
I was like, I'll play basketball. Maybe football's not for me. And my friends were like, no, come play. I'm like, all right. They talked me into it. I ended up going to camp, and I was a sophomore. I was like probably almost 6'5", 200 pounds, so really like pretty lean guy. Like I remember at camp, my coach was like, put me against like all the seniors, and I'm just getting killed. Like literally to the point where I go back to the dorm room, I call my dad, I'm like, Dad, I want to quit. I don't want to do this. Like, I'd rather just play football. I mean, play
basketball,
Like this isn't for me. And he's like, no, just hang in there. Like, he's giving me like this pep talk, and I'm like, all right, I'll hang in there a little longer, and go back out there the next day, and I was like, I'm done getting my butt kicked. Like, and then I ended up playing really well. Ended up starting that year on the varsity. I went from like freshman quarterback to the varsity DN. Ended up making All-State, I remember, and I was just like, I had no idea what I was doing, honestly. I was just out there playing, and I didn't realize like what was going on.
Yeah, right.
I didn't understand recruiting either. Like, I'm getting all this stuff in the mail all of a sudden, and I'm like, what the heck? Like, I didn't know. Like, I really didn't know. My dad was a coach.
Yeah.
He coached college football. He's never around because he's always doing football, So I never really understood it, and then it kind of just took off from there, honestly. So yeah, and then I went from there, committed to BYU. My senior year, actually, in the second game, I there was a play where they like threw this quick pass to the wide receiver on the far sideline away from me.
Yeah.
I was on the far opposite side, and he's just flying by everyone. So I took like a good angle, and I caught up to him, and then I hit him, tore my ACL, blew out my knee. And I was devastated, yeah.
I could only imagine.
So like my senior year, I'm like, oh, okay, I was doing really well. I was supposed to go, play in the Under Armour All-American game. I was supposed to do all this really cool stuff, and then I got hurt. So then that was pretty life-changing for me, I'd say.
Yeah.
And then that's when I realized like a really valuable lesson of like football is what I do.
Yeah.
It's not who I am.
I get you.
You have to like put your energy somewhere else.
Yeah, man.
So that was really life-changing for me. And then I went on a mission.
Yeah.
And then so I didn't play sports for 3 years, honestly.
That's
like
crazy.
competitively. And like that's why playing basketball was always fun.
I get you, man.
Out there in New Zealand, huh?
Oh, that's
So yeah, like rugby and stuff, I loved it. Like, and so then I came home a week before fall camp for football. So that was rough. So then I jumped right into it, honestly.
Yeah.
And my dad was my coach, and then it was great having him as my coach.
Yeah.
Like he always pushed me harder.
Yeah.
He hated favoritism.
Dad, believe me.
He hated it.
Anytime I ever played in Pee Wee stuff, like I hated favoritism because it was always like, I
hate that. My dad did too.
It's like, you suck.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be where you, anyway.
Yeah. It's a real thing though.
Oh, it really is. I get it.
It's a real thing.
Yeah.
That's why.
But that's awesome that your dad was like, there's no nepotism here.
Yeah.
You gotta be the best.
He made me do, always made me do more. Just to prove, he literally did something just to prove the point. Like,
do you know a lot about Pistol Pete Maravich?
Yeah.
Okay, so former jazz guy,
jazz
back when they were in New Orleans. And stuff. So his dad was his coach back in the day, but like his dad kind of went the opposite way with you. So in the sense of like, he was like, I don't want to play basketball, I want to play football. So the dad goes up to the football team and is like, I want you to beat the crap out of him. so they wouldn't play, and then he didn't, type of thing. So it was just one of those things where it's like taken a little too far extreme, where it's like, oh, you're gonna play basketball, you're gonna be really good at this, and then he became one of the best ever. So I mean,
thank you, Dad.
Thank you, I guess. I guess, but dude, that's crazy, and that's awesome that your dad like didn't have the nepotism for that.
Yeah.
But fuck.
So it was good.
Okay, so you get back, you start playing college.
Start playing college, and then that's where I realized, like when you were asking about like the differences between each level. Yeah. It's like the bodies, everyone starts to kind of mold into like similar bodies. Yeah. So like physically, the gap's not as far. Yeah. Like in high school, there's a larger gap.
Well, I mean, college, you're like a foot taller than every average person.
Yeah, you're heavier, you're faster. Like you are like it. You get to college, now everyone's pretty. Everyone's big and fast, and but there's still some guys that are above the rest, right? Yeah. And like those are on every team. There's maybe a handful, and you're like, okay, those guys probably go to the NFL, and then you go to the NFL, and everyone is the same physically. Everyone's strong, crazy. Everyone's fast, everyone's literally been top dog like from wherever they're from their whole life, and now it's like what separates you. Yeah. Then you realize, okay, it's I can sacrifice time, I can to study, I can, be the smartest player, I can. Sleep the best, eat the best. I can, I have to set myself, apart some way. Yeah. Because it's just such a small gap physically.
Yeah, seriously.
Everyone's a freak, so now it's like, okay. Yeah. So that's when you realize it's like, okay, I have to do things maybe a little different. Yeah. Can't rely just on my physical talents. It's more mental talent now.
That's the one, man.
So yeah, it's fun though. I love it. Yeah.
Oh. You're living every childhood's dream right now. Just like, oh my gosh, I want to play in the NFL, and now you're with the freaking Packers.
Yeah, I know, crazy, right?
Oh, fuck. Dude, that's crazy, man. Okay, I'll cut this part out. Like, how much steroids is there? Like, don't worry, I'm not gonna put this on and stuff. I'm just wondering.
You would never see it.
Like you would never see it. Like, I had the longest time in my head, steroids is shot in the butt type of thing, and then I got older and I was like, oh, it's like a whole, like that's way different. That's a tiny bit of.
People would take like IVs. People can do, they're showing different ways to do it. Like,
not my class guy.
But yeah, a lot of people.
Like obviously, I just don't want you to be like, oh, he might keep this in. I'm gonna keep it out.
No, you're good. No, I personally, I've never seen it firsthand. Like, oh yeah, that person's taking something. But it's there. Yeah. Like it just cannot not be there.
Like I mean, you look at some people and you're just like.
Yeah.
Like you look at the strongmen back in the day, and then you look at people now, and you're like, how the hell did that happen?
Yeah.
Like I mean, do you have like 2% body fat? I don't even know if that's possible.
No, it's
all right. Don't worry.
It's definitely in there.
I'm cutting all this out.
No, you're good. No, it's definitely in there.
Okay.
I just don't know.
You've never.
I've never seen it personally. I've never done it. You know, I've never, or I don't even know how to honestly, but I know it's there though. It's definitely. I mean, we get tested a lot though.
Yeah, I get
like
that.
a lot.
Yeah, I'd imagine just the rigors of trying to get through that with like, I mean, trying to cheat your way through it. Type of thing like must be crazy.
Yeah.
That you almost want to be like, all right, well, congratulations, you beat the system, so
like
you get to keep going.
Good job.
Yeah. But no.
That's awesome.
So college was great.
Yeah, college was great.
You get to the pros.
Get to the pros.
What's it like being in a pro? What's it like being a professional football player now?
I would say, first, like as a rookie, like your rookie year is pretty hard.
I could only imagine.
Just
like
because,
you said, training camp.
Yeah,
They're trying to get you out of there.
Yeah, trying to get you out. Yeah, as soon as you, I mean, that's one of the quotes they say is like, as soon as you step in the building, we're already trying to get you out.
Yeah.
So it's like, whatever you do wrong, let's just gives us an excuse to get you out of here.
Yeah.
So you realize that you're gonna come and do everything I can, you know what I mean, to stay in here, stay in it, and it's intense. You know, you go from college where you're just like kids, not kids, but I mean you pretty much are, right? Like 18, whatever, to 22, and then you go to the NFL where you got people over 30 playing. You know, and you have these grown men. Like then you realize like, okay, this is like serious, like, and then you really like don't want to let your teammates down. You know, like the whole fan base down. You know, it's just every NFL team has such a following. You know, it's a generational game when you get to the NFL, and I mean same thing in college, but even more so in the NFL. And so it is intense. You know, the days are intense, and some more than others. But then I feel like once you realize this is, you know, like I'm meant to be. I'm just as physically gifted as these guys. Like I can do everything they can do. Like I once you realize that you belong, it's a lot easier to operate. Yeah,
instead of like I'm not kind of constantly be like, this is all a facade. What am I doing here? Type thing. Yeah. Dude, that's awesome.
So it's like once you figure that out, it's a lot better. And I would say, like my rookie year, my eye got injured. I was out my whole rookie year actually. So at first time I got there in spring, and for this we have it's called OTAs, off-season training activities. Yeah. And I hurt my back, and then I was out the whole spring, and then I come back, and a guy fell on my leg, and it dislocated my ankle, and spiral fractured my fibula all the way up. So yeah, I was banged up pretty bad. Like it was. I remember the doctor, they flew me down to Charlotte, and they're like, and this doctor sees everyone, like he's pretty well known, like in the US. He's like, man, this might be the worst one I've ever seen. I was like, coming from you? God, like, don't tell me that. So I got hurt, and then came back the next year, second year, played, and then the third year, I kind of been up and like for my own career, I've been kind of up and down as far as like position, weight, and stuff. So my second year, I gained a lot of weight to play certain positions. The next year, I lost it all. Had a much better year. Yeah. But you know, time is always against you in the NFL. And so by that time, they already had some other players in position. So then they released me. Then I got picked up by the Jets. So I played there. Was there for 3 years. Yeah. And it was awesome. And then my second to last year there, all the tight ends got hurt. Yeah. So we had to practice still, and they're like, "Do you want to play tight end? Like we need tight ends on the look team." And I was like, "Sure." Like it was actually my original position. Yeah. I was actually offered to BYU as a tight end, and
awesome.
A lot of people don't know this. Like I go to all the camps. I was like ranked as a tight end in high school, and so I was like, "Oh yeah." I went. It's just really natural for me. Yeah. So I just went out there having fun. Yeah. Just doing it, and every week the coach is like, "I'm gonna switch you."
This is gonna sound weird, but like between offense and defense, which do you prefer?
There's so many bonuses of each.
I get you because I mean, there's something satisfying about taking somebody down.
Yeah,
there's also something great about like just getting that one play that you just catch something crazy. And you're just like,
score a touchdown or something. Running
you just
with the ball.
made Sports Center.
No, seriously, like there's just so it's just there's things about both I love. It's just hard to choose.
I get you.
But I mean, he ended up at the end of the exit interviews.
Yeah.
I go in there, I sit down. He's like, "I'm moving you." I was like, "All right,
dude, that's awesome. Man.
Sure, I'll move. Like that's my original position."
Yeah.
He's like, "No, yeah." He's like, "Just really natural for you. You
Yeah.
got it." He's like, "We can still play on defense too." And I was like, "Well, the more you can do, the more you can do." So I went in the next year, learned the offense and stuff, and it's been fun learning it. And then it's honestly, you're living the dream.
Yeah.
Like that's why, like it's easy once you realize that it's like. It's easy to wake up at 5. It's easy to do stuff once you realize like, this is the dream,
awesome, man.
So I love it. I honestly love it.
Playing on defense versus offense. Sorry, random question, real quick. Like, do you feel? I guess I'm more asking on the offensive side. Do you feel like kind of close to the quarterback when you're like doing that type of thing, or like who's kind of like a natural leader?
I see what you're saying.
When you're on either that or that. So, for example, for like the Ravens. Like when you were playing defense type of thing, like who was the guy that you're just like, this guy was just a beast. He was amazing.
Definitely Terrell Suggs.
Okay, yeah.
Definitely Terrell Suggs.
He's a beast. He's been around for ages.
Yeah.
But like that dude is just
great
a monster.
teammate, great person.
Yeah.
He's just like the best. Like has fun doing it. Like he's for sure. But then like on offense, it's always. I feel like it comes down to like. The quarterback. Yeah. So I love
because that's what I was wondering.
Yeah, the quarterback's the leader.
The quarterback situation in
New
York was crazy.
He controls.
So that's where I was kind of like trying to be like, how do I ask this?
Yeah,
What was that like?
It's for me. So my quarterback was Sam Darnold. He played at USC.
Okay.
And I love Sam. He was a great player, great leader because he's the type of leader that he puts his time in. He's gonna show you how to do it. Like this is me. I'm not gonna just expect to be given the leadership role, which honestly is gonna happen no matter what. I feel like like the quarterback is gonna be given typically
9 times out of 10.
Yeah, usually they're getting the C on their chest for captain. But
one thing that's always crazy to me is when I see kickers that are captains and stuff. What?
Yeah.
How? Are you even on this team? Where did you come from?
What do you do during practice?
Exactly.
I haven't seen you all day. You come at the end of practice and kick too. Kicker. Yeah, those special team guys. Yeah, it is different for them. Like I'm not gonna lie. It is different. I mean, they do their stuff and it's like usually the kicker, the punter, and the snapper. Yeah. And then there's usually like a returner. Yeah. And then there's maybe a defensive player usually who's really good at special teams, and then he's kind of like the vocal one, I'd say. And so I mean, those guys though, they have a lot of guys respect him a lot just because of the pressure like that they take. Yeah. But that's why kickers are always super low key, I feel like. Okay. Super chill. I like it. Because they got ice in their veins. Yeah. And so they have to be ready.
I mean, I grew up watching Adam Vinatieri. So you're just like, they're like, he's up, game's on the line. The game's over. We won.
Yeah. Like, let him kick it. Go ahead. Yeah. So that's how. So you definitely respect those guys in the locker room, but you also know like how they got a pretty chill job.
I get you.
But when it's time they have to show up.
That's crack up, man.
So, that's pretty fun.
Dude, that's awesome. What's been like? I this is kind of weird. This is like asking someone like, what was your favorite day at the office? What was your favorite play or game that you had in your career from 8th grade until pro? And I'm not even talking statistically. I'm just saying like, what was one moment that you were like,
that was cool.
It was awesome. I left it all out in the field, or just like for anything. And granted, yours is a different scenario than most people type of thing, because you can't be like, I did this paperwork one day at the office. Yeah, and I absolutely killed it. I'm just like, I did it. I'm the champ.
I did it. Yeah.
But, so do you, and if you can't think of anything, don't worry.
That's hard. I have a lot that I'm thinking of, like things that I just love. Yeah. I think 2 of them. I think one was like I grew up loving the movie Rudy.
Such a good movie.
Such a good movie.
Every time.
Such a good movie.
Ball like an A.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
love it. So it's cool because I met Rudy before the game.
You met Rudiger? How was that?
That was awesome. Fuck. That was awesome.
Oh, okay.
They do a good job representing
Sean Astin kills it as Rudy.
Yeah. He's a great guy. Yeah. Anyways, so then we played the next day. And it was my freshman year. Yeah. And we're at Notre Dame, freezing cold game, and I remember I got a sack against them, and I was just thinking, literally I got the sack and I'm like, Rudy did this. I'm like, and I was just like, it's Rudy.
Granted.
No.
You did it against Notre Dame, but anyway.
Yeah, I did it against Notre Dame, but yeah.
I totally get it. Like, it's just like, yes!
Yeah, like you're just excited, like, wow. And then the next time would probably be, I remember back to the point where my dad was my coach in college. So I remember my senior night at BYU, we were playing, and I remember like one of the goals I remember that like our senior group made was, you know what, let's try to win every game at home. Like hadn't been done in a few years. And so it was our last game, and we ended up, you know, beating them pretty good.
Yeah.
But I remember like specifically, it's pretty rare, I felt like, when this happened. I remember I had a really good game, and I had there's one sack I had, and I remember I made the play, and I like come off the quarterback rolling up, you know, like as I'm getting up, I see my dad like halfway on the field, like jumping in the air, like excited for me.
Oh,
I'd never seen that. Like as a son, or like he was just so excited, you know, for me, like because he's very, like I told you, he's very like Bronson. You're gonna earn your way, like you're gonna have to earn the right.
But this was like a sheer moment of pride.
And he never showed. Yeah. Even when we would watch film, he would skip the plays where I did good, and he wouldn't really talk about it. Yeah.
Oh.
So I was just like, so to see him,
there's
come out.
nepotism, and then I feel like that's almost a little bit too far. But at the same time, obviously, you've turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
So
he'd be like, I mean, he'd give me like a good job here, Bronson.
But
anyone else, man, you got
that was amazing.
That was amazing. Great. But I started taking as compliment.
I get you.
You know, I started taking as compliment.
I have a hard time complimenting. I used to have a very hard time taking compliments or giving compliments to like people I really cared about. Yeah. And this is just be like, hey, good job, because that's just their generation.
Yeah.
It's just like, I've seen my dad cry 2.5 times my entire life.
Same.
Like it was one time when my sister was about to go on her mission. One time when my brother came home from his mission, and then one time it was half a time at his dad's funeral. Like he started getting a little bit emotional, and then he like slammed his fist on the table and like sucked the tear back in, like it was freaking Potty with a Chance of Meatballs. Like, get back in there, dude! And then he was just like. And then like he kept going and stuff. So I was just one of those things. Different generation type.
See,
thing.
he didn't think I saw it, but I saw.
Yeah, you're like.
And I was so excited. I remember, man. Like I was like he didn't have to say anything to me. Like after the game, like just you know, we're just like taking photos. That's my last game there, and it's been like quite the ride. Like you know,
that's beautiful, man.
Yeah, it was cool, and like I've watched the video, and like even like the film that they have of it, you can see him in the background. Right. So I see him on the sideline. I can see it on this really like close up video that they have of it, and it's pretty. That was like a moment, like we played really well. I made a good play, whatever. But like just to know like that he like was just so proud and happy, you know.
Obviously,
like,
he's proud of you. I mean, look at
him. Oh yeah. I know he's so proud of me. Yeah. I feel like now he's gotten older, he's way like.
Isn't that funny? It's I think. I think it's grandbabies.
Yeah.
I think once you bring in grandbabies, they just like fall apart type of thing. And then they're just like, oh, okay, now I can
share his feelings, you know, let the emotions out. But like, that was thing. Yeah, that would have been like what? Like 5, 6 years ago now. Yeah. So. That was cool. That was probably the moment.
That's awesome.
That was a really good moment. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
We've talked about the NFL. What was it like? Like back in the day, we lived in New Zealand.
Yeah.
What was that like for you? Because I had crazy experiences that were just like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
There was this one time I was up in Kaufusi, so it was me and this one companion, and like there was this drunk Maori guy walking down the street. And like my companion was afraid to talk to people at the time. I was like, "Come on, let's go talk to him."
Yeah.
He's like, "No." So then we get up to him, and he's like drunk as, and he's just like, "Oi, look at this! We got the brothers here and stuff." So we start talking a little bit, and we're walking down the street, and then like I can't remember what we're talking about. We get to this like there's an Asian fish and chip shop in this town, and there's a dead cat right in front of it. And he like sees this, and like I just remember he's like, "And you know what? There's another thing." And he like looks down, sees the dead cat. Then he looks up at the Asian fish and chip shop, and he's like, you see the gears turning in his head, and he's like, "Excuse me, brothers, I gotta take care of something real quick." So he picks up the dead cat, and he walks into the Asian fish and chip shop, and my companion's like, "Let's get the hell out of here." I'm like, "No, we're seeing this." So we run inside, he throws this dead cat on the front counter, he's like, "You tell Wong Shi Shu back there this is the last kid I'm gonna give him until he gives me the money he owes me. And I was just like, what the heck? And I pull the guy aside. I'm like, do you really do that? He's like, mate, I've never been here before in my life. And you're just like, oh, I love New Zealand. Everyone's a stand-up comedian.
Yeah,
like there's the one like mission story type of thing where it's like you're at Fast and Testimony meeting and this guy Sione gets up and he's like, you ever notice that when at Fast and Testimony meeting, the first person that speaks kind of sets the tone of what you're going to talk about. Yeah. So that week someone talked about how much they love their bishop. So then everybody gets up and starts talking about how they love the bishop.
And then Bishop pay him or something? No,
yeah, basically, yeah.
Here's $100.
But like, so this one guy, Sione, gets up and he's just like, oi, brothers and sisters, I would like to give love to my bishop. But before I do that, I want to tell you a story. Last night, I was drinking and driving, and everyone audibly, you just hear like, and then he's like, and I was driving my car, and then what happened is someone bumped my bum, so they hit his bumper, and then he's like, so I get out of the car, and I smash him in the face, and then the cops come and they hold me off to jail, and then when I get to the jail, the cops offer me coffee, and I say, no! Brothers and sisters, temptation is everywhere. I mean, there's just stories like that. You're just like, oh my gosh, this is crazy.
Yeah, no, I had some stories like that. I'm trying to think. Like, I had some. I would say like one of them. I had someone. I mean, typical story, but like where someone tries to steal your bikes.
Oh yeah.
Like I had that happen to me a couple times. You know, someone tried to steal my bike and. He took a bottle. I remember he was looking at me, my companion, and we were both big guys. Like, and he breaks the bottle and I was like, I'm gonna slice your throats. And I'm like, I said, go ahead and try it. And then he dropped the bottle. That I've been I'm like, go ahead. I haven't played football in years, man. I said, he dropped his bottle and he's like, keep your bikes look better on them. I was like, okay, see ya. Like it was that was hilarious. I remember my commander were laughing our heads off.
There was this one time that I got in this altercation with this like 6'5" professional rugby player, and he was just like looking down at me. He's like, "You want to go, white boy?" And I was just like, "I won't beat you, but I'll bleed on you." I was like, and then we became friends after that type of thing. So it was just one of those things that you're just like, whatever.
Oh my gosh, I loved it. I love New Zealand. Like, dude, I learn to think about it, talk about it, probably every day.
Genuinely, likewise for me. It's like, there's probably some day that slipped by that I haven't thought about it, but like genuinely, people just pop in my head. I'm like, I wonder how they're doing and stuff. And just like, I mean, like the atmosphere is amazing. I love it to death. Like just you could walk up to someone, punch them in the back of the head, and they'd give you a donut. And they'd just be like, hey, I'm sorry that my head got in the way of your fists. Sorry about that. And you're just like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was just trying to prove a point. But, oh, fuck.
No, I love it. This one time I remember, you know, missionaries on P-Day. Yeah. You just get like so excited to go do stuff, you know.
P-Day, by the way, is like our day off.
Yeah. P-Day is like the day where you get to go, you know, you can write family, communicate with family.
You can do that.
You can, it's probably changed. Like, you can like FaceTime and stuff now, which is pretty cool.
It's one of those good things that, like, in one sense, I'm glad we went at the time we did, because now it's just like, oh, hey, like.
That'd be kind of weird. I think.
Honestly, I don't know.
I
don't like that. Yeah. I'd rather just do it when we did it.
Yeah, same.
But that being said, sorry, keep going.
Okay, so then we're like, oh, let's go to this lighthouse. We're like,
awesome.
All right, let's go. So we go to this lighthouse. Far away, I remember, in our area, far away, and we're sitting up there in the lighthouse, and we look down, and it's like literally like, I felt like it was like, just really steep, almost like a cliff, but there was like trees and stuff. Yeah. And we're like, yo, let's go down to that beach down there.
Of course you'd say that.
Okay. I just jumped this fence, and I'm going down, and I'm telling you, it was so steep.
Yeah.
We go down, like, we're like sliding down at the end, just like straight up sliding down. I remember we slide down, and we're sitting there, and we're at like, in New Zealand, so like where Auckland is, you know, there's like the bridge right there. You keep going, and then it goes past out here. The lighthouse we were at was right here, at the end. So anyways, I'm down there, we're on the beach, we're like, oh, we're riding NZM in the sand, like, you know, all this like missionary stuff in the sand, you know. We're having fun, and then I'm looking at the sand, and I'm like, the sand looks like it's pretty like wet, like it looks like, and there's like it's getting later in the day, and I'm like, all of a sudden I started noticing the water rising, And I'm like, is it low tide? And are we going to high tide right now? And I'm looking at the other missionaries, I'm like, well, we need to get out of here. Like, but the thing was where we dropped down, it was pretty steep. And it was just like reeds and stuff. Yeah. So I remember we're like trying to get up there as fast as we can. Yeah. And I was just like exhausted, dead. Like literally it took us forever to climb up this wall, up back to the lighthouse. And I just remember thinking, we're gonna die. Like, at least I died in a cool place like New Zealand.
Seriously, hey, if you gotta go, why not go there? No,
Frodo was here.
Frodo was here. Throw the stuff in the volcano.
Honestly, it was so fun. Like doing stuff, like memories like that. Like just seeing like the beauty of New Zealand.
Oh, honestly, I mean,
nothing
as
like
beautiful. Like Aotearoa means land of the long white cloud. Every night looked like a painting type of thing with the sunset. I loved it. Just
so true.
Like I remember there was this one time that it was like me and some other people were playing. It was P-Day and we were playing rugby on a beach. And then like someone kicked it and it went in the water. I was like, oh, I'll go get it and stuff. And then like hit a sink pool. And like so I just went completely into the water. And then I was like, I'm okay. No one saw that. No. And then they were like, oh, Elder, don't worry. So they get the ball immediately, kick it out into the ocean. They're like, don't worry, I'll go get it.
I'll go get it. That's hilarious.
I was like, oh, fuck.
Well, I'm glad you didn't get taken out.
Oh, exactly. And then there was, it's one of those things you can't help but, like, just kind of look at, like, take a little bit of time to just look how beautiful it is. Like, I drove up all the way up to the top of Kaitaia one time with some people, and we just watched the sunset. And then the waves, like the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean, meet together and stuff. Oh, it was so beautiful.
Unbelievable.
And then immediately I'm like gassing it as fast as we can to try and get back to the house on time. And you're like, we gotta go fast. But oh man, dude,
it's beautiful, and the people there.
Oh, the people.
That's the best part about it.
The thing that I love New Zealand because they like have ribbon culture type of thing. Where like there was this one time I was trying to be funny, and then like afterwards I totally bombed. I was not funny at all. No one laughed at all. I sat down and this 16-year-old Maori kid sits next to me. He's like, "You thought you were funny, eh? Well, you weren't." I was just like, "All right, yeah." But I mean, it's just you give it, you take it. Type thing. Oh, it's just I love that. I love that type of thing.
That's culture.
Because like one thing I'm not trying to get political or anything, but I just don't like that everyone's sensitive at the moment. It's kind of like, hey, have a little bit of a thick skin. I know that some things we shouldn't say. Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, if it's just like, hey, be able to mock yourself and mock people that you care about. And that's the thing that I felt like a lot of the time is it wasn't out of a place of hatred. It was just like, oh, hey, I like you. We're going to make fun of each other type of thing.
That's what I love that.
I love it. I miss it so much.
Yeah, I felt like, I get like, I'm always like teasing my wife.
Yeah.
And she totally gets, like, after we went to New Zealand, and she like, met a lot of the people. She's like, oh, I totally see what you're doing.
It's crazy. Like for me, I felt like it genuinely changed my personality.
Oh, same.
Like
completely changed.
Oh, like
I used to be so serious, like eat like really serious.
Same thing with me. Like I
someone
remember.
Says I take it very like literally.
So when I met Porter, like one of the things that I loved about President Porter, like when he was leaving, he called my companion and then he talked to me, and this was like his second to last day. He's like, "Ella Nelson, you're way too stressed out about everything. Just relax. I don't care if you get another baptism the rest of your mission. Just have fun."
Yeah.
Like that's all I want for you. And then that like changed my whole perspective on everything.
You kind of let the weight off.
Yeah, exactly. And then it was just like, and then just like I just became not immersed, but I just love Kiwi culture, Maori culture, Polynesian culture.
So what was your favorite food when you were there?
Otai. I miss Otai so much.
Dude,
Chop suey is great.
I'll have to send you some place. I know where they got it.
If I'm going to sound completely pulling you saying this, but like I'm not crazy about taro. Like I'll eat it to be nice, but I'm not like, oh, you don't like, dude, we need to get some taro. Like it's like I miss ice cream over there. Best ice cream I've ever had.
Poconos.
Poconos.
Remember that? I remember I went there. It was in my area.
Of course.
Area. Of course. I like went to it. Whenever I was close to it, I was like, I better go stop off. Get like an 18 scooper.
Of course. What do you remember what the most you ever saw? The most I saw was 18 scoops. It was this giant like Tongan guy. I can't remember his name right off. But like, I mean, this dude was a house.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it was just like, and just like,
yeah, like, can you eat that? That was crazy. That blew my mind. I never saw I've never seen that in the States. Like,
yeah, no,
stacked
seriously,
like that, to
of
be
course
honest.
not.
And like the cones are like custom made. For
Yeah,
that.
oh, dude.
So it was pretty cool.
Oh, I love Pocono.
Yeah,
Fuck.
I love it. And then and I went back, you know, and like I gotta do some of the cool stuff. Like, well, we went down by Rotorua.
Rotorua.
That place is awesome. I always heard about it.
I've never been.
I never really got to go.
Yeah.
But I heard about like the activities, like all the fun stuff you can do there. And
did you ever make it down to the South Island, like Queens?
I never got to go there. I'm going there next.
I highly recommend it. I love it.
They're Australia.
I
gotta
did.
go.
Oh, honestly, Australia would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like I did one of the big rope swing things type of thing. Where
Oh,
you
yeah.
like free fall for 30 meters and then you swing for another 60 type of thing. It was so fun, dude. You'd love it.
Dude,
Are you
I
like? I
love
mean, you
that
seem
kind
like
of
an
stuff.
adventurous.
I love.
Have you been skydiving?
Yeah, I've never been skydiving.
Dude, you.
I think I don't
love-
beat the weight limit
Okay,
right now. But I'll do some weight to do it.
The next time you go to Hawaii, I've been in a few places, and Hawaii was by far my favorite.
Hawaii was the best.
It was amazing because you get to see like just the water so clear.
Yeah.
You see the bottom of the ocean, the sunsets,
Oh.
the mountains are right there. Oh, it was.
See, I love.
like
I'm a big adventure guy.
We went through a rainbow at one point type of thing, and I was like, it was like crazy red type of thing. It was beautiful.
Oh my God.
I gotta recommend. Like
Okay.
honestly, it's one of those things. Like,
I'll do it.
but then again, one thing I love. Eventually, what I'd love for this is random, real quick. I'd love this to become like a show where I like take people over. Like, if you're afraid of skydiving, I'll be like, "Well, I'm paying for you to go skydiving."
Let's
type
go.
thing. If we're going. Type of thing.
That would be
so
sweet.
that's what I want to do. With
That would
this
be sweet.
eventually, where it
That would
becomes
be sweet.
sensible mischief becomes that. But
Yeah.
right now, it's just people talking.
No, that would be
But like
sweet.
when I become
That would
like
be on
really
TV.
rich,
That would
I'm gonna
be
be
on
like,
TV.
"Oh, I'll pay for it. I don't care if
No,
anyone
yeah.
watches it."
You should find someone to pay for it.
Seriously, though. But like, oh fuck. But like, honestly, skydiving's amazing.
Yeah,
I highly
I can
recommend
do
it.
that. I've never
That's
done
great. Bungee jumping, I haven't done that, but it's one thing I
didn't
want to
do
do.
that.
But like,
Did you ever do like the kart races down the
kart races,
like you're in like a little.
I'm
cart
picturing the
going
as
down the
you
hill.
wish type of thing, like when from Princess Bride, where they're like,
Oh yeah, I see it, man.
like no, yeah. So, but
I
so what
literally.
is it?
So you're in this little cart.
Okay.
It has it's like a little go kart pretty much.
Okay.
But it doesn't have an engine, and you just go downhill the whole way.
Yeah.
So like, I'd always done where they have rails on the side, like up in Park City.
Yeah.
But in New Zealand they don't have any rails, so you just have to make sure you steer. So I remember I was going up the.
I just love the fact that New Zealand is like 20 years in the past.
Oh, I love
for
it.
everything.
I love
They're
it.
like, oh, have you heard of this Michael Jackson Thriller album? It's the best. You're gonna love it. Oh, have you heard of this Kurt Cobain guy from Nirvana? He's gonna go fast. I just remember looking at my companion and be like, I don't have the heart to tell him. Don't
No, yeah,
tell him.
I love it. I love it. Because like the safety rule.
Yeah, exactly.
No safety.
Yeah.
There's no safety. Like they don't. I don't like that about it because it's more free and so you go down and it's just windy, steep. I remember I was going up. I'd already gone down, my wife and I, and we were in like the ski lift thing going back up. I looked down and I see this lady going full speed. And I see the edge, but there's nothing there.
Yeah.
Because they expect you to, make the turn. This lady, literally full speed off of it, in the air. I think she skipped the track beneath her. Like it went down the floor, and then she like ate it.
She
like,
just Rainbow Road jumped it off on Mario Kart and
serious. And I was losing it. I couldn't stop laughing like the rest of the way.
Awesome.
But I was like, that's New Zealand. Like, just go live, be free.
One of my favorite clocks I ever saw was in New Zealand, and it like had timepiece and stuff like that, and it had all the numbers on the ground, and on it the clock it said New Zealand time. Who cares? Type of thing. You're just like, oh hey, we'll get there when we get there.
Yeah,
doesn't
whatever.
matter.
Okay. I loved it. I loved it.
Just carefree attitude.
No one cares about how you look, what you wear, like what you look on social media.
You wear like rugby shorts, stubbies, gum boots, white work boots, and then like a singlet. And you're just like, oh hey, this is my Sunday best.
Yeah.
Like,
welcome. Come on in.
Hey, come on in.
Yeah.
Like, you're just like, dude, I love
so
this
welcoming.
place. Oh fuck.
See, that's the thing.
I like genuinely love New Zealand. It's one of those things like when I left, I remember I was sitting next to Ethan Damaris.
Yeah.
And just like, I was just like, do you feel anything? He's like, no. You feel anything? No. And I was just like, oh, it's because I know I'm coming back.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things like New Zealand owns my hat, as it were.
No, seriously though.
It's just like, oh fuck.
I have to go back.
Oh, genuinely.
I've gone back once. I gotta go back for a longer time.
I know what you mean. Man.
You know what I mean? Like it's just, and part of it's probably because you really, like as a missionary, you really get to see people, like the people.
And honestly, that's the main thing. Is it always comes back to the people.
And what
like,
they love.
Oh, fuck.
The culture, the food, the adventure, like
I mean,
all
this
stuff.
if I may have cultural envy type thing for a second, being a white man, that like, so there was this one time. So I just love how like emphasis on family and like culture, history type thing. I love that because I'm just a hodgepodge of like, oh, I'm just from Europe, all of it.
Yeah.
Name it, I'm from there. Type thing. The only thing that I have like that my mom keeps telling me, she's like, oh, we're related to Blackbeard. Oh. And so I'm like, oh, apparently like my great grandmother was one of his bar winches or something.
Oh,
like
really?
That. So it was something like that. And the other one is like Pocahontas, which I don't see that. So I'm like, oh, we can paint with the colors of the wind. So, but I just love Polynesian culture. It's amazing. In my last area, I met this Maori tattoo artist that was like, hey, I like you. Do you want to? I'll give you a sleeve for free. And I was just like, oh. I was no. But I was like, I could wear long sleeves for a bit, but I hate it when white people have like Polynesian tattoos. Yeah. Like I kind of am like I could kind of get away with it, but at the same time it's like
that's how my dad is. Yeah. My dad told me, he's like, if you want a sleeve, you got to know the culture, the
meaning. Type of thing. Like it needs to genuinely
get it the right way.
Like I hate it when people get tattoos that they're like, oh, what's that? Oh, I just thought it looked cool. Like for me, I love like the tamakos and they're like, oh, this is my whakapapa, this is my family history, this is my iwi, my blood,
mountain,
this
my
is
river,
oh, exactly. And it's just like one of those things that I'm just like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
it's so...
I hate being white some days.
It's just, I love it too. Like, I named, like I said, like my son Taika. Then one of our friends, New Zealander, saw that and he's like, it was really cool. He brought him a greenstone. This massive greenstone's like, here, this is for your son.
Oh, and he
built this thing.
I love the other thing too is that like in Polynesian culture, you don't give, like you can't get yourself a greenstone or a bone necklace or something that has to be given to you. And it's just, for me, it's one of those things that I love it. I'm sorry, keep going.
I love it. No, you're fine. I was saying, and then with the greenstone, he gave them, it's kind of cool, something that they believe in is like, you have, like, where you're born, you have like your mountain. Yeah. So like here in Utah, like my son's mountain is Mount Timpanogos. His river, the Provo River, like, and it's just, it's so cool just because I'm excited to take him there one day and just show him around.
It's for me in my mind right now. Granted, I have no children, but like it's kind of hopefully maybe not.
Take them to New Zealand.
But like. I just want a half-white baby. It's kind of like taking your kid to Disney World at this age right now, where you're like, you're gonna like it, but you're not gonna understand it. Yeah. Give it a little bit more time, and then it's like, okay, now I want you to know about all the great things about this place. Because I mean, obviously, if he goes now, he's still gonna love it, but it's just gonna be like, give it a couple of years, and he's gonna be like, oh, this is amazing. And stuff.
So big New Zealand fan.
Oh, I love it.
I love it. I really do.
You remember what is it? Pungi Popos?
Oh yeah.
Is it Bungie or Pungi?
Yeah.
I think it's Pungi. I think it's Pungi Popos or something like that. Oh,
I love it.
I miss those things.
Dude, I gotta tell you the places to get all that stuff around here. It's everywhere here. You just have to know where to.
Yes.
I'll send you a list.
Yeah, man. Dude, that'd be great, man. I miss like Tim Tams even.
Oh yeah.
I know you can get them here in the States, but for me, it's just not the same.
It's not the same. Isn't it weird? Because you're not there.
Yeah, exactly. It's just like okay, like I'll just need a couple more.
Milo, yeah.
Tim Tam Slam there.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So yeah.
Damn it! I'm so sorry. I brought.
What?
All right, I'm gonna have to hit you up before I leave. Like, I'll just drop it off. I will. Okay, good. Because I bought, like, I went 2 years ago and I bought heaps of candy and stuff. I brought a can of LMP and I meant to bring it for you.
No way.
But I completely, I just remembered it.
That is one thing that's not, you can't find here.
Yeah, no, well, you can't.
It's not here in the
I have 4 cans left, and so basically I'm just giving them to people from the mission that I do podcasts with. I totally meant to bring it. I just completely.
That's all right. Don't worry.
I'll bring it back later. But anyway. Man, like just
Even if not, no worries. You just enjoy it. It's my son,
I appreciate that. Beautiful bastard. Look at you. So, dude, like, I mean, you've been married for what? How many years now?
So, geez, I got married in 2013. So going on 8, here.
That's crazy.
8 years.
Well, how'd you guys meet?
So my wife is a soccer player,
Awesome.
so she played at BYU.
Yeah.
And we totally
You can't
fell.
see it, but just off camera, there's a giant poster of her.
Yeah, there's a giant poster.
It's about 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
So it's great.
Yeah,
So,
she probably would be so embarrassed, but I hung it up there.
I'm gonna put it in. Maybe.
Definitely take a picture. But I met her there. I came from the mission. This is hilarious.
Okay.
And I went to an athlete welcome back to fall sports thing. You know, where they have like food there. They have like some games and stuff. And I remember I walked out there and she was there. I met her there, and she was talking to some of my friends I knew from high school. And then it was funny because then we come back like the next day for practice.
Yeah.
My dad's my coach, and
Yeah.
one of my friends from high school is in the room as well. He's a player. He's like, Bronson's talking to some girl. Let's pull her up. And my dad's like, let's pull her up. It's in the middle of our football meetings. He's like, Facebook, we're Facebook in there, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Okay, let's see, you know.
Because I mean, once again, you're a very tall man, 6'7". Your wife's like what, 5'11"?
No, she's like
6'1".
6'1".
She's 6'1".
She's tall.
I'm way off.
She's tall.
I just remember
She's
when
tall.
the last time I saw you, I was just like, man, they are tall.
Yeah.
I mean, just it's crazy. The last time I saw you was in Sundance.
Yeah, the
and I
film
just
festival.
and like I saw your brother, and I was like, you're obviously a Kaufusi. I was like, you're a Kaufusi, right? And he's like, yeah. I'm like, where's Bronson?
He's around
He's
here.
just down there. And then like I see just this towering man walking up, majestic hair, floating. He had a green jacket on, and you're just walking down, and I was like, Kaufusi, and you're like, Nelson! And I was just like, made my day when I saw you guys.
I love that
Like,
thing.
oh.
I wish that they had it
Yeah.
full swing.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I miss those type of events because
Yeah.
I
love those
literally
events.
what happened. I ran into Reggie Bush that day. Like I was literally
That's awesome.
walking down the street and like I thought I saw John Mayer. My brother's a huge John Mayer fan, so I'm just like, oh, I just want to kind of like I hate being this guy. I'm trying to sneak a picture or something.
Yeah.
But I'm like following behind him and he's with this like attractive girl.
Yeah.
And then I realize, oh, it's not him. So I turn around and then I bump into someone and I'm like, I'm so sorry. And I'm like, holy shit, Reggie Bush. And then he just smiles at me.
Like, what's up,
and
man?
like he was just like, hey man. It's just like I wanted to tackle him and be like, I got him. I don't care about
the Heisman.
like I got the Heisman winner and stuff. But
He was
like genuinely like one thing I love about I mean, have you met Reggie Bush?
Yes. one
Okay.
time.
Genuinely seems like the nicest guy
Great
in
guy.
all the interviews. So like me saying I've met him, I bumped into him.
Yeah,
But
legit.
huge man crush on that man.
See, that's,
like
that's why I miss those events.
I'm just kind of like, oh,
Those guys are
freak.
walking around like you don't get to see, especially in Utah. You know, that's,
Yeah.
that pole,
Seriously.
that pole's probably the most.
I one time ran into Henry Cavill at a bar one time. So like what happened is like me and my brother and my
Superman, what are you doing?
Yeah, no, seriously, we were walking downstairs and I would like look behind me and we're in a line and I'm just like, you look, and like I'm thinking to myself, you look so familiar, and I'm like, I play like video games and like I'm like, dude, you would be great like for Nathan Drake in Uncharted type of thing. And like I'm thinking that in my head, and then I look one more time and like he knows that he's like, it's one of those things that he's like, you're gonna get it in a second.
Here we go. Let's wait.
And then I was like, then I like lean over. I'm like, guys, Superman's right behind me. And my brother's just like, Zod! And then like he just leans in. He's like, I didn't do it like that. And then like he's doing like bar tricks for like some women because like everyone's flocking around.
Oh, yeah.
He's Superman. He's
Yeah.
one of the most beautiful men I've ever seen in my
seriously.
life.
That's cool.
But that's one thing I miss because that was during Sundance too, and it's just like you meet all these cool people.
Sundance is
And
sweet.
I love it when they're just like
They're
as humble
chill.
and down to earth.
Yeah.
Because I've met some people that are just like, you
Yeah.
do not deserve to treat people like
Yeah,
that.
that is true, too.
But then there's those people that are just like, oh, you're
Down to earth.
every bit as humble and
Having
as
fun,
awesome
just like everyone else.
as I want you to be and stuff. And I
Yeah.
just like, oh fuck,
That's so
like
true.
I love it, man.
That's so true. Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I just want COVID to be over so that we can
I
do
know.
stuff like that again.
I'm ready to hang out with people,
Oh,
meet
seriously.
people, go to events. Like,
Yeah.
I love that aspect. Like, especially I love taking. It's weird. Like, I used to go to movies with my wife Hillary all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah.
Like, all the time.
Yeah.
Haven't been to one in
Yeah.
over a year and a half now.
Well,
Like, or
there's a movie
Hey.
That's coming out this Friday.
I'm going to go see that movie.
It's a movie coming out on March 12th, because this is going to come out later.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it's called Lamb of God. You should go see it.
I will go see Lamb of God.
Like,
I will.
Dude, like, genuinely, like, I mean, talking about Lamb of God for a second, the music is amazing. Even if you're not like LDS or Christian or anything, if you don't even believe in God, there's just something powerful about that what it does. It's basically a concert that we recorded. Yeah. So don't expect it like people in like robes and be like, hey Jesus, what's up, man? And stuff. It's just like, anyway, it's great.
I can't wait. I'm gonna go see it just because you're growing up.
Yeah.
I wasn't a big musical person.
Yeah. Oh, me neither. Me neither.
She's like, oh, have you like seen this play? Play? I'm like, wait, there's plays? Like, what is this? Like Phantom Opera and stuff? Yeah. And she's like, yeah. And then when I went out to New York, being near Broadway, we went to like Aladdin, and I was like, these people are so talented.
You have to realize, for me,
like, I'm shocked.
I've only seen plays for the longest time in high school, and I was like, I don't get this. I don't get why people want to do this.
Yeah.
And then I was living in London for a little bit, and then I went to go see Phantom of the Opera over there in London, and I was like, oh, I now get it. And then I started seeing plays after that, and I was like, oh, okay.
The talent's unreal.
This is like people at the top of their game.
Oh my gosh, dancing, singing, everything, acting, like. It's like until you like get to experience it and see it, it's like you don't realize. And then you have even more respect for like actors and like, what they do. Like,
okay, this is a random question. Being in New York, what was your favorite play that you saw? Because like one that I wanted to see, and if you saw, I would kill you. It's To Kill a Mockingbird.
No, I did not.
Okay,
I did not.
I really want to see it. It's one of my favorite writers and stuff.
Yeah, I did not get to see that one. I liked them. I liked a lot of them. They were all really good.
Yeah.
But I think the part of the play that I love the most is that genie in Aladdin.
Yeah. Kills it.
But genie, he's unreal. I was like, night in, night out. I'm like so, I don't know who replaces you. Like, who's your son? Like,
I don't know, seriously. Yeah. I thought Robin Williams killed it. You did great.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you just kind of said a second ago, are you like musically inclined at all? Do you
I grew up playing piano.
Okay.
I played piano for like 9 years.
Yeah.
So I played, and I love playing. Like whenever I don't own one, I need to go get one, honestly. But I think I think it's important to
honestly
play some type of music,
something
like
that I've been trying to get into more is I need a new hobby other than movies type of thing, because I realize I've just basically dedicated my life to it. I'm like, so like I need to play an instrument, rock climb, do something.
Yeah.
Just because like I've been trying to go to the gym because I've been trying to get rid of this thing, but like,
comes out easy, don't worry.
Oh yeah, sure for you. Look at you, you monster. But yeah, no, just like, I mean, so that's awesome that you play piano. Do you like anything else? Like, do you sing at all? Like, I mean, I'm not trying to
I'm a terrible singer, honestly.
Okay. Well,
terrible.
What you talking about? I'm going to get racist right now. You're gonna sing like an angel. Honestly, that's one
I wish I could. Honestly.
That's one thing I miss about New Zealand.
I would trade all my athletic talent to sing. To be like a great singer.
I get you.
Because I would love
and that's one of the things that I miss about being in New Zealand is you just go to some like churches and stuff and like you're just like, this is beautiful.
Oh yeah, like natural, they're harmonizing.
Like, I mean, one of my favorite songs that I still know, and I don't even know exactly how to translate it or anything like that. Folo Fola Miasisu.
Yeah.
Oh, still one of my favorite songs. Like,
that.
not even hymns, songs.
Yeah.
Just
I love that song.
Every time gets to me type of thing. I'm just always like,
we gotta get you to some of those Polynesian churches around here. Really mean.
Yeah, man.
The singing is unbelievable.
Oh, it's crazy.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah. But like this is a random question. If you weren't doing football, what would you want to do? Like, I mean, you just said you'd trade all your talent for music type of thing. But like, I mean, what would you?
Man,
like, if the world was your oyster, anything was possible. What would you want to do? Like, would you want to stay 6'7"? Do you ever feel like, this sucks, or is this like, this is awesome?
I'm just all about trying new stuff, honestly. Like, I would trade just to see what it's like. Like, just because I love, there's so many new and different things out there.
Yeah, man.
That I would love to like try out. Like, if I wasn't playing football, I think like I'd probably be doing something with. I'd probably be. Like, I love coming with like random ideas.
Yeah, man.
Just like I look at things, I'm like, oh yeah, let's make this better. Let's do this.
Yeah.
Like so I'd probably do something with business in that aspect. But what I love to do is like I love fishing. Like,
really?
I love fishing.
Oh, dude, that's awesome.
Did
you ever go fishing in New Zealand?
No, I should have, honestly.
It's one of those things that like there was this one like family that was like, hey, we'd like to take you on a boat. and we like to just go like
Get some snaps.
And I was just kind of like, I'm not really great at following rules, but this is one of those that I'm like, I'm gonna avoid this time. But I've heard nothing but great things about
New Zealand. Is like some of the best fly fishing in general. Like I fly fish.
Okay, so
I do bow fishing, spear fishing.
What made you want to get into fishing in the first place? Is it like a family thing, or was it just like a hobby? Because like for me, I have to be honest. I went fishing one time with my uncle, and my cousin caught him on the nose, and so it was like 5 minutes in. And it didn't like just go through like that. It went through the bridge of his nose, so we had to go to a doctor afterwards and stuff. So I was like, that was my fishing experience.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, in my cousin's defense, he caught 160-pound man. That was impressive. But like, I mean, so like for like, I mean, I'm looking at your fishing poles right now.
Yeah, I got stuff. Like, I'm ready to go.
So what was the thing that like was the genesis of
the fishing? Yeah.
Because like I'd imagine it's like a great meditation type of thing.
Oh yeah. It's really, fishing, like the only way to fish is you have to be out in nature really. So like I love going out in nature. Yeah. I don't care what I'm doing out there. I could be hiking, I could be whatever it is, camping, rock climbing, and then fishing. Yeah. Like obviously like I'm really competitive, like I love that. Like a competitive edge. Fishing's pretty competitive, like just with yourself, I guess. And it's like but it's fun because you're trying to figure out, the fishing things. But I grew up with my dad. Yeah. My dad always took us fishing and then I kind of just got into it a little bit more in high school. But then once I left, in college, that's where I really got into it. I started fly fishing. Fly fishing's really unique. It's really different, but it's really kind of turns into an art because you're trying to know what the fish is eating at that time of the day with the wind, with the temperature, and then you have to match it with these fake flies that are like little, they're like tied up, and you have to match it and tie it in a certain way, and then it's like then you have to cast it the right way. And it's pretty fun, but like when you get it right, I mean you're catching like 50 fish in like an hour and a half, like so it's super fun. And then I got into like bow fishing where I go shoot carp, where now you're hunting, you have to see the fish, and it's pretty crazy, dude. And like I took my wife and she was like 9 months pregnant and she was shooting the fish. Like it's all I filmed her. Like
that's awesome.
I love it. Like she loves it too because it's like adrenaline rush. You see the fish and you get to go shoot it, and you shoot like carp, like garbage fish, and then I do ice fishing.
Dude, that is awesome, man.
I do ice fishing. Man. I spearfish in Hawaii. Fuck. Like it's super fun. Like you can spearfish here in Utah too. Yeah. Like, but I just love it. It's super fun. Like I would love to take people and do that, or
I mean, genuinely, like it sounds like you probably start a career with that when football's on. Just be like, I just take people fishing with me now.
Yeah, I love fishing. Fuck. So that's what I do. I do a lot of fishing.
Dude, you know what I mean? That's the one.
Yeah. So I will go to New Zealand. I will go.
Dude, that's the one.
Like I will go there probably. I'll go fish there probably probably like the next year and a half.
Yeah, man.
I got to. Like I have. It's just like, once everything opens up, I'll go.
Honestly, it's just like I was planning on going very recently, but it's
just so hard.
Honestly, exactly. And you're just like,
Yeah, that's true. So, but that's what I get into.
Yeah.
That.
Well, this is really random, but I just remembered something that like was something beautiful that I remember from New Zealand. I remember there was the Olympics was going on while we were there, and I remember somebody had the TV on in one of the houses that I was visiting, and they had the New Zealand swimmer swimming, and she got fourth place. She just barely missed it and stuff, and she was crying. The reporter came up and they were like, "How do you feel?" And she was just like, "I got my best time. Like that was the best time I made. Yeah. Like I beat my record." Yeah. So she wasn't like brokenhearted that she didn't get third. She was just so happy that she got her personal best. And I was like, "Oh, that is beautiful." And like you talking about like fishing, you're competing against yourself type of thing. That's what reminded me of it. But just I was like, "Oh, that's a
valuable
beautiful thing for life."
No, life.
Stuff. You're just
that
like,
is such an important lesson to learn, even at this level.
Because I mean, if I compare myself to you, look at you, you handsome devil. Like, you're just like, oh, why is my life not as great as that?
Then you're wasting your time.
It's different. It's like so just personal best type of thing.
Personal best.
Yeah.
But that's a valuable lesson.
Yeah, that was one of those things that just like it really stuck with me. I was just like, oh yeah, and then you were just talking about the fly fishing and like, hey, you're competing against yourself. I was like, oh. Yeah. I forgot about that.
It's so important though.
Yeah, seriously.
Like at any level, whatever you do in life, that's one thing I learned like really quick, because it's easy to especially at like a professional level. You walk in the locker room, you're comparing. I mean, you're getting compared every day by everyone else in the whole building. You know, the coaches, front office, everyone's comparing you. And I feel like nowadays it's like social media doesn't help because everyone's on social media, and that's a trap I feel like people get in is they start comparing themselves to all these people that are posting their best.
Yeah.
People at their best.
And that's the thing I have severe depression issues I've had forever and stuff, and it's just one of those things that I just need to get off social media because if it's like I'm constantly being like, why is my life not as good as these people? And it's like, oh, that's because this is filtered. Yeah. This isn't real.
Yeah.
This is
not real.
Yeah, and it's just
it's not real. Yeah.
Like life sucks. 90% of the time,
it's hard.
10% good times.
Yeah, it's hard. Like life is hard, and I'm a big mental health advocate. I'm always like I'm pretty outspoken about like what it's like stuff that can really alter your mind, and that's one of them. Social media can really it's if you can't start comparing yourself, and everyone is at fault for it. Like I do it. I think on some Instagram, I see them working out. I'm like, dang. I need to do that. Like, why am I not doing that? Like, like why this? And I felt like, but like back to that lesson though, it's like once you learn to just compete with yourself, really there's no competition around you. Yeah. And then all of a sudden your focus like goes from here to like just on yourself. Yeah, man. And then you really start to see like the huge improvements in whatever you do. Like I so thoroughly believe that because I've seen it time and time again. So I love that story that you said. Yeah. Good story.
You heard it here. But man. What's the best life advice you've ever gotten?
Oh, the best life advice I've ever gotten. Not to care too so much. Okay. Now this is crazy because in college, and I was like, I'm trying to make the NFL. Yeah. And like my junior year, I was like...
I mean, by the way, it sounds like you didn't really care about football too much when you were younger. Yeah. Type of thing. Like until then I started eighth grade or something
even
like that?
No, not even...
And then, so when did it become like, I want to get to the NFL? Was that like mission days? Was that like after?
After mission days. I remember I was just playing for fun, honestly. Yeah. And then they're like, here's a scholarship offer. Oh, cool. I'll go play. Oh, they pay for my school? Sweet. Yeah. Like... My dad's football coach, I didn't realize it, and he never talked about it. Yeah. He's not one of those dads where he's like grooming me.
I kind of like it when people are, I don't kind of like it. I love it when people are like, hey, this is my job. It doesn't have to be your job.
Yeah, that is my dad.
It sounds like your dad's very like, hey,
he never brought football home.
Do what you want to
I didn't know he played in the NFL for a long time. Yeah. Like I didn't even know he played at BYU where I went to school for a long time. Like he was always like, be yourself, do what you want, do everything. So I literally did every sport growing up. I did everything. I did hip hop dancing, gymnastics.
Hip hop dancing.
Yes, I did all of this stuff.
You were gonna have to send me a video.
Oh my gosh.
Please do. I'm gonna put it right.
I did all this stuff. Like my dad let me do everything.
Yeah, man.
So he wanted you to be yourself, discover what you love. Yeah. I'll be the same way.
Yeah. Good on you.
Yeah, but like I didn't realize like the goal to be in the NFL until college. Okay. Where I was like, I think I can get to the NFL, and then I realized I can get to the NFL. Man. Oh, I can play. I'm doing it, and then but that's where the advice came from. Is my junior year. I was really like I got into this like little like mist, like little cloud, little area where I was viewing my, playing ability and game film. I'm watching it, and I was so nitpicky. I wanted to be perfect. Yeah. Like I just wanted to be literally perfect. Everything. I mean, every stance, how I look, the plays I made, perfection. Yeah. And I went to there's like a performance coach, like mental performance coach. Yeah. And he's awesome. Yeah. And I go in there, I'm talking to him, I'm like, I tell him this, and I'm like, and he's like, you're beating yourself up. I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, you're not perfect, Bronson. Yeah. You're never gonna be perfect, and there's always gonna be someone better than you. Seriously. And he said that to me, and I was like, that hit me like,
you're
whoa.
Just like, oh, okay.
Okay. That's true.
If I may, one thing that I do love, that I just heard this recently, so I've been really thinking about this a lot, is I heard the Greek interpretation of perfection means complete. It doesn't mean like everything is perfect. It just means, or it doesn't mean like everything has to be the very best of something. It just means like it's whole. It's whole. It's complete. Yeah. And I was like, oh, I love that. So our quest for perfection becomes not like this, I have to be the apex of everyone around me, but it's just like, I just am trying to become whole for myself, type of thing. And I felt love with that. Anyway, so like...
That's exactly how I felt.
Yeah. So
I learned
that's awesome that the guy is just like, hey, you're not going to be perfect.
You're not perfect.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're not going to be like, you're not the best.
Yeah.
But you're going to be the best you, which might be the best.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't know.
Yeah.
But like, he's like, stop being perfect. Like, stop thinking you have to be perfect.
It's the Star Wars thing. There's always a bigger fish.
There always will be. Forever. No, seriously. And like, once once he said that to me, stop beating yourself up.
Yeah.
Like, I took off all that extra weight on my back.
Yeah.
Just cut it off.
Yeah.
And then I played freely, everything became more free will. And then the next year, I had the best year of football I had ever played in my life, and ended up getting drafted. And so it's just, for me, it's always, for me, a lot of it has been more what's going on between my ears than what's physically, going on.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing is, like, certain advice and things I take from people, as soon as I learn these skills, like it's helped me so much.
Yeah, man.
Life, sports, marriage, family, everything, friends, like it's just crazy. Yeah,
man.
So,
dude, that's amazing.
Yeah,
I love that.
There you go.
Dude. Thank you so much for doing this, you
No
beautiful
worries.
bastard.
Thanks
Look
for
at you,
having
you
me.
tall glass of water, handsome fellow. Dude, like, I'm so glad that you could do this and like talk about this, and like honestly, even you talking about like the quest for perfection and stuff like that. Like, I love that, dude. That's beautiful. I love that.
Yeah.
And also, you just like, you've had this crazy awesome life, man. Like,
just going day by day.
Well, dude, do you got like any social media or anything for people to follow you on, or like what is it?
So my personal account is Kaufusi90.
Of course it
and
is.
Then I have a company called Survival Zone. We're gonna be doing giveaways. So like Jeeps and ATVs and UTVs, all side by side. It's gonna be cool.
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's called Survival Zone. Yeah. So people can get on that and get some free stuff. And then I got a quote page, right? I made it during the pandemic.
Okay.
I love quotes, and
of course.
And I love like the power that like certain words can bring to you. And
isn't that really crazy? Just how like you hear something and it just resonates with you.
Yeah, I love that feeling. So I made an Instagram account.
Dude, that's awesome.
It's called Mind Moves Mountains.
Well, look at you.
So I do that. No one knows about that. This is the first time it's getting out there.
Let's
so
get it out.
Now people know.
People need to hear
Mind Moves Mountains. Yeah. So now people know I'm a quote guy.
Dude, that's awesome, man.
So yeah.
Oh, dude. Well, I'm excited to read stuff and just see what happens with you in your career and also life, man.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for doing
Thanks for having me.
That's
awesome.
Afatu.
Afatu.
All right. Cool. That's it.
Sweet. Thanks.
Dude, you beautiful bastard, man.
Thanks for having me.
God.